Hi everyone. Today I want to show you a special data type in Python, that is dictionary. And probably you're aware of many data types built in Python. And for example, integers, float numbers, and strings. And then for true and false, they are booleans. And also we have the list, right? So those are all the really common things you can use in Python. But today, I really want to emphasize on the data type, which is dictionary. Probably you don't use dictionary a lot, but my suggestion is you should. Well, a lot of things can be solved by dictionaries in a much faster than in a much faster way than you can find the other solutions with lists, for example. And today we are going to discuss why dictionaries are faster and then what are the cool things behind the scene. And of course, it's not data structure course, so I won't go really too deep, but I want to make sure that you're aware of the dictionaries. And a lot of times, and you may find if you want to do that in the hard way, number one, it will be harder to code, and number two, well, the running time will also be longer. So let's take a look on what is a dictionary in Python. Well, the long story short, the dictionary in Python is just a set of key value pairs. Okay, and if we want to define a dictionary, and remember we are using the curly braces. So at the beginning a curly brace and then the end a curly brace, and inside we are doing a key colon and then a value, another key, another colon, another value. And you may feel, okay, can I use some other data types as the keys? Well, my answer is yes, you can do that, but you have to be careful. If you want to use a list to be a key, you cannot do that. That is the thing. That is probably the most common data type in Python that you cannot make it a key. However, if you want to make a list as a value in Python, so if you want to place a list here, that's fine. But if you want to place a list here, no, you can't do that. Okay? And then this is the way that you can create a dictionary that is just a curly braces and then key colon value comma, another key colon value comma. Okay, and if you want to add something, say I want to add the phone for young, and then well I can do that too, and then that is the phone book and then square bracket the key and then you add the value. Okay, and then if you want to access a value using the key, you can do that by the phone book, which is the dictionary name, and then square bracket, and then the key. And then Python will use the key to access the value for you. And the next thing will be if you want to excuse me, access all the key and using all the keys to get all the values, and then you can do this kind of iteration. And if you can do phonebook.keys, so this will give you all the keys, and then you can do for key in phonebook.keys, so this will be an iteration, and then you are going to visit all the keys in the dictionary, and then you can simply do print the key and then a comma the phone book with the key. So you got Bob and then Bob's phone and then Alice phone, etc. Okay, and for this one thing I want to highlight is it seems that the collection of the key value pairs, they are ordered, right? We put the Bob, and then after that we have Alice, and after that we have Jack, and after that we have Young. So you may feel like, well, all the key values, they are kept in a sequence order, but that's wrong. In Python dictionary, the items are not ordered. Well, I want to run this code once, and then I want to run this one, and I want to run this one. It gives me the same thing. Okay, let me run this again. Well, and if you want to run this for several times, then sometimes you may find that for those items, they might be in different sequences. That's possible. Okay, and then let's move on. If we don't want to use a dictionary. And we have two collections. One collection of are the names, and another collection are the phone numbers. So there are two lists, right? Well, and if you want to do this kind of iteration, so you always want to get a name and then a phone number, another name, another phone number. Can you still do that? The answer is yes, because we have this kind of corresponding relations. So the index 0 is Bob, and then the index 0 on the next list is the Bob's phone number. So you can do the a iteration from 0 to the length of the names, and then you just use the I as the index, so you can print all the name and the corresponding phone number one by one. So, well, you may argue for this case, we don't really have to store the names and the phone numbers in a dictionary because we can do that in two lists. And yes, you are correct on this. However, later in this lecture, we are going to say why we have to use dictionaries. Okay, so for the most of the cases, if you want to organize the data this way, that's fine, but there will be some coding problem. If you use dictionary, you're going to get a faster solution, and that solution may also be easier to code. And one of the example will be, remember we have the GDP per capita and then the life expectancy as two lists. And the problem is, if we want to sort the data based on the GDP per capita, and we want to correspondingly also sort the life expectancy, how do we do that? We have to do a zip, right? So we have to zip the GDP per capita and the life expectancy one by one, and one by one, one by one, one by one. And then after they are zipped, we do a sort. And after we do a sort, and we have to break them back into two lists again. Well, this can be done, but this is kind of annoying, right? Okay, so well, let's do a quick exercise for now. And remember, we have this data set. We have the red, green, blue, yellow, and black, and they correspond to 5 continents. So now go ahead and try to make those two lists a dictionary. And after you have this dictionary, and you can print the dictionary and make sure you have the right thing. Well, to build a dictionary, there are different ways, and what I did was I created a iteration to do so. And after that, after you have this dictionary, try to output the information of the dictionary in with a little bit formatting. So like Asia, which is the key, right? And then we put some additional content here. Say Asia is using the color colon, and then we get the R, and R is the value we can get with Asia as the key. And then, well, let's try this. If we try to use the key Atlantis, and then can we really get a value from this dictionary? So if you can and then we'll check if we have this Atlantis as a key, and then also try to get the value using that key. Okay. And then I'm gonna pause the video here and go ahead and fill in the code, and I'm gonna show you my answers in the next video.